Why do you think pineapples are important? For that, NewsNation's national correspondent Alex Caprariello joins me live. He is in Austin. He's been the eyes and ears for us in court every day. Let's start with the pineapples because that's been grating for a while. Why was that significant that she was Googling pineapples?
Yeah, easily the most bizarre search of that search history from her phone from Costa Rica. You mentioned the big ones, the things that everyone thinks that a defendant might look at, her name, news articles, but it was the pineapple that really caught everyone's attention. Essentially what I learned, or I suppose what Kaitlin Armstrong was researching, was whether or not pineapples can actually dissolve or burn off your fingerprints, so that way you no longer have your unique IDs, which is everyone has their fingerprints. I looked it up, right? Mythbusters. Let's see what we know about this. Basically, pineapple juice is a meat tenderizer, and so it has the ability to actually break down the ridges of your skin. But I found out your fingerprints will always come back.
Okay, well, that's good to know. And I also love the fact that we now know more about pineapples and what they do. They always hurt my mouth, so it stands to reason that they would have an effect on your fingertips as well. Can I ask you about this this business about Nicole Mertz, the very close, if not best friend, confidant of Kaitlin Armstrong, on the stand today, saying that indeed Kaitlin had said, I would kill her. I would kill her if someone were dating my boyfriend Colin. I would kill her. And somebody who was, dating Colin did get killed. That's not good stuff. But there was something else she said that I thought was really important. It was kind of buried in her testimony. Alex, she said that her communications with Kaitlin came to an abrupt end, and the timing is significant. Why?
Yeah, exactly. The communications ended on the day after Mo Wilson was killed, and that all of a sudden the news came out that Mo Wilson was killed. And so Mertz testified that when she heard that news, she had a sneaking suspicion deep inside of her heart that maybe Kaitlin Armstrong might be responsible for this. As a good friend would do, she reached out to Kaitlin Armstrong, said, hey, are you okay? Where are you? What's going on? Have you heard about this news about Mo Wilson? And there was zero, no more communication coming from Kaitlin Armstrong. She looked later, the Instagram for Kaitlin Armstrong had been deleted. And from that point on, Mertz testified that she pretty much felt like her suspicions were confirmed that Kaitlin Armstrong was likely the killer of Mo Wilson.
So this was weird. Look, it's hard to cross-examine this stuff, right? I get it. So you just go after anything you can. But the defense attorney cross-examined Nicole Mertz, this best friend of Kaitlin's, and wanted to ask, well, how good a friend are you really? And then ask the following questions. Do you know Kaitlin's favorite color, her favorite band, her birthday, and her shoe size? And I am going to tell you right here and now, Alex, I'm not sure I know my husband's shoe size. And I'm pretty sure I don't know his favorite color. But how did the jury respond? Because I would have rolled my eyes if I were in court.
Yeah, I would say there was an audible groan from at least the gallery that was watching. I was watching the jury, too. I think they were kind of maybe rolling their eyes a little bit. I think you make a good point. I don't know my best friend's birth date or his shoe size. But at the same time, the defense really posing the question, hey, if you don't know this stuff, how can we believe that, that Kaitlin Armstrong confessed to wanting to kill Mo Wilson to you?
Because that stuff stands out.
Mertz had to pump,
right?
Yeah, Mertz had to pump the brakes there a little bit. She was like, listen.
I have an answer for that.
Yeah, Mertz pumped the brakes, said, hey, listen, she never confessed anything to me. All she did was confided in me that she did not like Mo Wilson, and that at one point she mentioned that she had a gun and she would kill anyone that stood in her way.
Yeah, and I can imagine the defense attorney just had to fold up the notebook on that one and move on. How about this other business about the ex-boyfriends of Mo Wilson? I always say, in a murder, find the lover, find the jilted, find the ex, find the mistress, find the, follow the condoms is what I always say. But they didn't in this case. They didn't really follow the exes. Was there a good reason for that?
Yeah, basically, the lead detective of this case felt like he had an open and shut case with the circumstantial evidence that he was building. He felt like not only did Kaitlin Armstrong felt cleared based on the alibis that he had, based on his cell phone data, and based on the videos that captured him on the motorcycle, but he also felt like the alibis that he was getting from the ex-boyfriends were also solid enough. In one of the cases, he was on the East Coast. And so, I really feel as if the detective was making the case that he didn't feel like he needed to look at these ex-boyfriends enough. But really, the defense is really questioning whether or not these APD detectives, and in this case, the lead detective Spittler, had what they call tunnel vision or confirmation bias, that they were just looking to put the pieces of the puzzle together in the way that they wanted them to fit, right? And so there was a very interesting back and forth. I'll just quickly read it to you. The defense asking Detective Spittler, were you interested in eliminating potential suspects, or were you simply trying to defeat defense arguments? Spittler had what I would say is not really a great answer for this one. He just said probably both. You know, he wasn't saying that, you know, he is really opening all doors to possible suspects. He's basically admitting that, look, I'm trying to connect my dots, but I'm also, yes, trying to defeat defense arguments.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.